Hi guys, this is Madhvi from theoreticallyspeaking.com, and today I have yet another interesting video for you. In keeping with this month's theme, which is spring and blooming, I started thinking, what can we do? What can we do? Because I like to come up with some really interesting spreads that even you can use. Not just for the month's theme, but maybe at different points of time in your life. And so I started to think. And I'm sorry for my shoddy drawing skills, but this is the drawing I was making, spring, blooming, root, stem, leaf, flower, fruit, and sun. And, each fruit has seeds. I know it's a horrible drawing, horrible. Just don't pay attention to that. But this is the spread I basically came up with. So we have seed, and from that seed, we plant it and takes root, and you have earth or soil that sustains the growth, and then it grows. We have the stem, we have a leaf, we have a flower, and the fruit, and of course the fruit gives out a new seed, and all of this has a source of nourishment, which in this drawing is your sun, right? So I'm going to use this as a sort of a template. I know. And we're going to talk about stuff. So where could you use this spread? That's kind of also interesting. Let's say you're planning a new project, or let's say you're starting something new in whichever area of life it is that you're starting. So if you want to see how it will manifest, how it will grow, what kind of support system, because the stem or the trunk becomes the support system, how it will take root, what will sustain the growth, right? What will be the seed, what will be the sort of nourishing energy sorry, that will sort of help that will move the things forward. What will be, for instance, the stem or the trunk represents the main body of the whole situation, what will sustain all that growth. Leaf. Now, leaf on a plant is something that will help absorb the nourishment. So like on a plant, you have the leaf which kind of absorbs the sunlight and converts that into nourishment for the plant. So that's the role of the leaf, right? And then of course the flower, because it's pretty and it's the beginning of something even better. It's the point which kind of attracts stuff, the people to it, or it is the attraction factor really. And then the net result will be the fruit of all of this, which contains a new seed, right? So you can apply this spread in different areas of your life where you are starting something, or if you have already started something, then you can use this spread to kind of get more information about what you're going to manifest and stuff with this. And what you're going to, where you're going to be, like where you'll need nourishment, what will be the source of your nourishment, how will it all flower, how will it all fruit, all of that. So you can use this sort of analogy to kind of examine or analyze various situations which you've ideally either started or going to start, right? So it can be in any area of your life. It can be in your personal life. It can be in your love life. It can be in your work. It can be a project you've started, all of that. So I'm going to take the spread and I'm going to do this for myself actually. And I'm going to see how, what guidance comes through for me. All right. So let me go shuffle my deck and everything, and I will be right back. All right, so I figured I'll just talk to you guys for a little bit as I shuffle the deck. I'm using my pocket version of the universal weight because this spread, it's gonna be all over the place. I don't know. I mean, ideally, yes, this spread you need to arrange or lay it out going upwards. But let's see if we can manage to fit that in the frame. Otherwise, we're gonna have this way, okay? But ideally, if that's because it's for the video, I have to capture it within this frame. But you can, sorry about that. You can totally lay it on your spread cloth the way it is. What I want to genuinely kind of examine in this particular spread today is this. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've started becoming a little bit more regular with my videos, and it's part of this very interesting social media strategy thing that I've come up with or developed or figured out as a result of this very interesting workbook that I've done. And guess what? The author of that workbook is giving away the PDF versions of those workbooks for free. I don't know how long that would be, or I don't know if let's say you guys see this video later on, if that offer will still be open. But I will be putting the link. I just saw the newsletter email from her today. So if you're into that sort of thing, and since it's free and it's a great workbook, it really helped me figure things out, because I never took all of this seriously. I was just like fly by the seat of my pants. But that's not how you do it. That's not how you look at your work, right? So anyway, enough with that. But what I'm trying to say is that I've been starting to do some things a little bit more seriously, a little bit more regularly, and I've started to focus on my work, not making it like very business-like, but I'm making changes in the way I look at the business angle of my work. So, keeping it aligned with my spiritual and soul goals, of course. But so anyway, the point is all of that. I'm just giving you the background, really, because I'm going to really examine. I've kind of started that, and I want to see how it's all going to manifest for me. So here goes nothing. Okay, let me just. All right, so making a fan. So I'm just gonna, follow this and pull cards out. So we have this first seed, then the root, and then the earth or the soil that sustains that growth, then the stem or the trunk that will support that growth, the leaf from where I can derive my nourishment. What comes out as a result is the flower, the fruit, and the new seed that will be, maybe the seed for something, the next level of growth or cycle of growth. And then, of course, the source of nourishment. Okay. All right. Check this out. You know how I like to look at the card at the bottom of the deck and the top of the deck? Wow. We see this. I like to call them my sky cards or the environment cards. And so we have here the Fool and the Eight of Wands. So this, yes, it is true. The environment being the Fool card, being the leap of faith, and just I don't know how it's going to work out, but I'm going to follow this because it sings to me. It rings true in my heart. That was the whole energy that got me like super excited. And I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to chase my dream. And then the Eight of Wands, which is like, oh my God, so much positive energy. Because frankly, January and February, just 2 months that I have started being regular with my stuff, and I've started following that schedule and everything. I've started not only seeing results, but I'm also feeling very positive, very focused, very energized, feeling good about everything, So yeah, this environment is so spot on. My goodness. Okay, I'm just gonna keep that aside, and let's see now how we're gonna do this. First would be the seed, then the root, and earth or soil that sustains it. Yeah, okay. And the stem, and it's going off camera. So let's see, stem, leaf, flower, and fruit. Are we still on camera? No, we're going off frame. Ah, how do I do this? Okay, flower, fruit, and the source of nourishment. I'll leave that here. Yeah. Wait. Seed, root, earth, stem, leaf, flower, fruit, and that's the other seed, the new seed, right? And this is the source of nourishment. Okay. I know this looks haphazard, but it's actually going to go up there. You know what I'll do? At the end of this, I will lay it out the way it's supposed to be, and I'll put a photo of that in there so you can see how it looks like, proper way. All right. So again, looking at the environment quickly, this was just one of those, take a leap of faith, follow my dream things that I just started doing in terms of my work. And I started feeling really good, really positive, and started seeing results and started feeling super energetic about this decision. So this was the environment. Sorry. Now, the first seed, Queen of Cups. Wow. See, this is what I was saying. I wanted to stay really true to my soul goals and my intuitive goals and to my spiritual goals. And I did not want to do something that was not aligned with, I didn't want to be sleazy or appear sleazy or look sleazy or feel sleazy as I was doing this, as I was, doing whatever marketing ideas or thoughts out there. I didn't want to be half empty or, all of that. It's something that was, because tarot is for me, it's like a part of my soul really now, and I can't just look at it only from a money angle or from a monetary perspective. It's a lot more than that. So yeah, I wanted to remain true to my soul, and that was my seed. Also my creativity, my intuition, my heart, all of it, all of that. Yeah, the Queen of Cups. That's kind of the side of me, the whole of me that became the seed that started it, and the root that it took. Yeah, it's Four of Cups. Oh my goodness, right? Okay, let me tell you this. Up until now, the way I've looked at my work is like, whatever will happen will happen. I'm sorry, guys. I record this on my phone. You know that, right? I got some call and I don't know what that is about. Anyway, so as I was saying, I was always looking at my work in a very, disinterested sort of perspective. And that was the root of my misery to a large extent. And that also the fact that, back in the day, whatever I felt was the effort that I put in. It didn't necessarily give me any results tangibly. And I was like, am I doing the right thing? Or even is it worth it? All that sort of detached, disinterested energy, right? So this is where this seed kind of ultimately slowly started taking root in this space of Four of Cups. This whole process of growth and marketing, and I was like, maybe I need to find an ideal method that works with me, that resonates with me. And so the earth that sustains it is the heartbreak I felt, because oh my god, all right, the heartbreak that I went through because the efforts that I put in didn't necessarily give me the results. So this card can also talk about a stalemate type of a situation. So you try one method, you try another method, you try the third method, it all kind of crisscrosses, nothing works out, right? that can also cause a very different kind of, very intellectual kind of a heartbreak. Remember, this is a swords card. The heartbreak should be a feelings card technically, but they're showing it as a swords card. And I think there's something to be really, really, how do you say it? You should investigate this. Why is it that a heartbreak is a swords card and not a cups card? Think about it. Is your heartbreak merely in your head, or is it in your heart? Then if so, why is it a swords card? Why not a cups card? Now that's something to think about. But let's come back to the subject. Let's come back to context, right? So the seed was me wanting to be more authentic, more real, and genuine, right? But the root of this seed ultimately was me not necessarily being, present in what it is that I was doing. I was just waiting for some ideal or idea to kind of just magically pop in. And what was sustaining this whole thing was the fact that I kept getting different ideas. I kept seeing different concepts, thoughts, whatever out there in the universe, but they all kind of crashed or clashed with each other, and nothing necessarily delivered. So out of this process, the stem was sun reversed. Wow. Okay. Now see here. The sun card upright is the card of enthusiasm. Is the card of, this sunflowers are a symbol of devotion because they follow the sun and all that. But this guy, if you see there's a wall behind him, he has overcome that barrier. Walls are barriers, right? He's overcome that. And he's regained his childlike state. And that is what has given him clarity. That is what has given him that enthusiasm to sort of go forward. The stem here was, now even if the sun is reversed, sun still remains the sun. It's just that somewhere, some sort of something is still not allowing him to completely cross over this barrier and, explore or take or go into that adventure zone. So, because this kind of aligns, right, with this Four of Swords and Four of Cups and Three of Swords energy, ultimately, when I did read that book, when I said, okay, let me try it out, I'm still being very, very cautious about the different ideas. There are a lot of adventurous ideas that have come up, but I'm like, okay, I'm just going to take it one step at a time, see if it delivers, see if this thing is worth following, see if this is consistent. If I see genuine, straightforward results on a consistent basis, that's when I will, take this even further. But you see, here's the thing. As I keep seeing slowly and steadily the results actually taking place, my enthusiasm is growing. I'm like, okay, feeling a little bit more confident about the outcome. So now, seed, root, earth or soil that sustains the growth, and the stem. And then you have the leaf, flower, fruit, seed, and what sustains or the nourishment. Okay, so then you have here leaf. Wow, the leaf is Five of Pentacles reversed, right? Now, you all know what this card is all about, right? It's about financial difficulties. It's about feeling left out. It's about not having the confidence really to go forward, right? In the upright. Reverse though, because leaf now in a plant is the place from where it takes nourishment. This encouragement that I have seen, the encouraging results that I have seen, have actually helped me come out of that space, that mind space, or even the physical space where I feel, okay, I'm going through a difficult situation, or I'm having to fight my own sort of sense of failure or something, the whole fear of rejection that comes from this, So the leaf here, or what I'm using to get nourishment inside of me, or to kind of, which is the vehicle of helping me find my nourishment, is maybe my memory of those tough days where I didn't have a plan, where I didn't have a clue, where I didn't have a strategy, and I was just, you know, just going, flying by the seat of my pants, and I'm like, whatever. But so now the negative, echoes of that experience are what are kind of helping me see things more positively, and the positive results that I've slowly started trickling in. Now they have turned the situation around for me, and I'm like, okay, maybe I can figure this out. I don't need to be so scared. I don't need to be so afraid. I just need to maybe, one step at a time, go forward. And that has become the place where I am able to suddenly start finding that I can take in more nourishment, which is here. Do you want me to open this? I think I'm going to open this because, the leaf gets its nourishment, and the source of nourishment here is the Page of Wands. Do you see that? Do you see that? Do you guys see that? See, the Page of Wands, he is someone who is so eager. He's talented. He likes to show it off. He likes to talk about it. He's absolutely so filled with childlike enthusiasm, which kind of is not completely there here. So this is my source of nourishment. This is going to be the place. My childlike enthusiasm for what I do is actually the source of nourishment for me, and that is what, and from here, from these, the negative experiences that are slowly turning around to positive experiences, that becomes the place where this enthusiasm sort of starts to trickle in and starts powering up this whole tree. Okay, so let's see what flowers or what will flower. And we see the Four of Pentacles. Now, this is interesting how we see a Four of Pentacles right after the Five, and again reverse. The Four of Pentacles, for various reasons, talks about someone who is holding on to what he's got, right? So in the reverse, this guy doesn't have that need, or doesn't feel the need, or he will not end up holding on to what he's got. There's no point. And that's the feeling. You don't have to be, you don't have to clench it so hard. You just need to open up and let it go. Just like a flower, you need to, just like how the bud is all clenched up and the flower just opens, and there you go. You have beauty everywhere. So I think this card, this Four of Pentacles reverse, is saying that what flowers is that I'm going to stop holding on to these negative experiences or my fears and everything, and I'll just open up like that flower, and I'll become more and more open, more and more receptive to something lovely that the universe has to actually offer. This enthusiasm from this Page of Wands, from this child, the child from the Sun card, all of that is going to, help me bloom into something powerful. And so the fruit of that, is the Eight of Pentacles. Do you see that? This is the Apprentice card. See how all of this is, again, something I would like to, I'll talk about it. All these pentacles, right? Pentacles are all about manifestation. The Eight of Pentacles is traditionally called the Apprentice card. And so he's sitting there, he's perfecting. If you see, with each pentacle, he's becoming a little bit more perfect at crafting and creating what he's doing. So ultimately, I think the flower, as I open up, the fruit will be that I will become more and more better at what I do, more and more better at manifesting all the things that I want to manifest in my life through my work. And I will learn as I grow. So it's not a static experience, or a stalemate experience like this Three of Swords. It's an experience that will teach me each and every time, and as I learn, I get better at it. I'll get better at it. So what will be the new seed that comes out of this fruit? Interesting. Two of Cups reverse. Now look at that. Just look at that for a moment. I know this card suddenly oh, why is it reversed? It could be nice, it could be upright, but look at what this card is talking about. Right? Upright. The Two of Cups talks about two people meeting and sharing their emotions with each other, and thereby becoming closer like friends and stuff such, and learning from each other and growing from each other, and the passion kind of builds up, that sort of thing. It's between two people. Normally, the two of cups reverse would mean bringing a distance or a breakup between two people, but here in my what I do is just a one man show, or rather one woman show. The seed here, I think, is I will realize that I don't need other person or like a partner or business partner or something like that. I don't need any of that. I'm enough. This is what I'm seeing. This is my interpretation of this two of cups reversed in the context of the spread that I'm doing, is that the result of all this is that I will realize that I'm enough. I can go at it by myself, and I don't have to be worried or scared or whatever. I can make it happen. That is what I think. My confidence will grow as a result of this. Now, another, like, as I said, this has been an interesting spread. All right, this has been amazing. Just to summarize, the seed is my desire to be honest, be more authentic, and to put my heart and soul really into what I want to do with my cards, the work I do with my cards, whether it is for myself, whether it is for other people. But then the root was that I became, eventually a little sort of, just go with, as I was going with the flow kind of, I didn't really connect with the process of it, as, in terms of, say, the work or the work process. And I was like, I don't know, whatever will happen, let it happen. Right? And what sustained it was the stalemate that was created by differing ideas that sort of always clashed with each other. So I was essentially looking for a magic pill, and there's no magic pill. There never is. So the stem is, what's going to take me forward is this energy and this clarity which came in from that workbook and from the other books that of this author that I read. And so I was like, okay, but I didn't have the complete confidence to kind of just try everything, just go all out. So I said, okay, let me take a few baby steps. Let me see if I can manage it. And so ultimately, you see here, the leaf is, or the place where I gather nourishment is actually from my negative experiences and from the difficult times I've had. And this is kind of connected in a way, because, here also, I'm slowly, as I said, here I'm slowly trying to, step by step go forward. I'm not completely giving in to that enthusiasm. So that's why this shows up here. Okay, I'm also slowly regaining my confidence in myself, and I'm giving it a shot. All right. And what will happen as a result? The flower, all the things that I've been holding on to, I will open up. I will let it go. I will be free, I will be light, I will be beautiful. And the fruit will be me becoming more and more good at it, me becoming more and more good at my work, at my craft, at my manifestation, at my strategy, at my process, all of it. I mean, it's kind of a well-rounded growth here. What sustains everything, of course, is my childlike enthusiasm and my genuine, pure love for what I do, which is my cards. And that's true. And ultimately, as a result of all this, the new cycle will begin with me realizing that, okay, I'm enough. I'm more than enough. I don't need to have, over here, just like the fear of rejection, fear of being alone, that kind of thing. Here I'll realize that I can make it. I can make it happen by myself. I can totally make it work by myself. So a kind of a confidence comes back, a kind of, it's like, okay, so I can make it. Now that I've summarized it, I want you to also look at, this is something interesting. When you're done looking at just done reading a spread, take another look at it. Do you see any major arcana there? There's one here. There's just one. So it's not that, this major arcana sun, it's number 19. So in the whole journey of the major arcana, it's somewhere closer towards the end. I think it's the third last, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, it's the third last card. So I'm kind of, you can say, at the almost near the end of that whole journey, you can say, in terms of, big picture spiritual energy. And I'm not there completely yet, but I'll get there. So there's a lot of that energy. So I'm pretty close to achieving that goal, major arcana energy wise. All right. So then in terms of the suits, say wands, there are no wands here. That's, the absence, unless of course you're going to look at these sky cards. But let's say you don't look at the sky cards. The absence of a particular suit can tell you something. And of course, there is a page of wands here, but this is like if you say, oh, let's keep the court card separate. Then we got two court cards. The two aspects of personality that are going to kind of shine through. One is the Queen of Cups. One is the Page of Wands. But let's say we don't look at the suits here. We just say, where are the wands? There are no wands cards here in this particular spread, right? That says something. What do you think it says? Okay, I'll talk about this in my next video for sure, because this has given me a new topic. But I'm just asking you, what do you think it says when in an entire spread you would see an absence of just one suit? Because we've got cups, we've got swords, and we've got pentacles. We've got two cups cards, we've got one sword card, we've got three pentacles card, or no wands card, unless of course you're looking at the court cards. But let's not look at the court cards, because let's say court cards are separate sort of a thing. So what does the lack of wands cards say in this particular spread? Think about it and tell me what you think in the comment section below. All right, because I would like to know your thoughts. I will share my thoughts, of course, in my next video, because I think this is something very interesting. Then we have only two cups cards, right? And one swords card and three pentacles cards. So in terms of weightage, you see one swords card come up to show, okay, mental processes are, that is in the soil that sustains the growth kind of thing. So it's all in the mind, the soil that sustains the growth, that kind of is the place where everything happens, right? It's that the plant is in the soil. That soil contains a lot of stuff that kind of helps the plant grow. It sustains it, nourishes it. So what is that place? The mind. Then cups cards come up, one as the next cycle, fruit, and as the root, really. See, so it's all about feelings and emotions. Some sort of feelings that have rooted in place have resulted in some sort of feelings related as, what will sort of power the next cycle. And then we see pentacles here in leaf, flower, and fruit. So these are actual practical manifestations on that plant, right? The leaf, the flower, and the fruit are they are the result of all of this that happened with the root, earth, seed, stem, all of that coming together. Finally, you see, oh, there's a leaf, oh, there's a flower. And the manifestation, and pentacles are the suit of manifestation, right? They show up. So it's pretty interesting to see where the suit cards land up. Sometimes they may be in a sequence, and there's a spread, there's I think a video I did about that. I'll put the link here, you can watch it. But it's very interesting to watch that. It's very interesting to see that. Once you've kind of finished looking at your spread, you can kind of take a re-look at the whole thing, and say, oh, look, which suits showed up and, well, which didn't. And of course, your two court cards, which is again cups and wands, page and queen. So it's a very, very feminine energy here. If you go by the thought process that pages are feminine, then, it's a lot of feminine energy there, that seed of creativity and the source of nourishment, right? So this is that very interesting spread that I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if it made sense to you. If you like this video or you like this spread, please click the like button so I understand that you have liked it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go right ahead and subscribe. If you prefer to follow me on any of the social media channels, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, and I'm on YouTube, of course. So you can follow me all these places wherever you like. If you like to stay in touch with me and just hear some occasional tidbits from my life and my cards and everything, and kind of get a monthly newsletter from me, then the URL for that, the sign up, a link for that will be in the description box below. Just go right ahead and sign up for that newsletter. Update your preferences so you can get the messages that you want, and you don't get bombarded by messages that you don't want. What else? This is it, right? So I'm gonna go rearrange the spread, and I'll put up a nice photo for you guys at the end, which you can take a look at. So I will, I guess, see you again in my next video. Until then, stay good, be good, and play with your cards. Bye now.